Hey everyone, welcome to another English language tutorial brought to you by O3 School's JAMB app. The app is designed for students about to sit for the upcoming JAMB examination. All you have to do is download it from Play Store and activate for as low as 2,500 naira, and you can start practicing with all the features available on the app and say hello to your dream score. So today we are going to be looking at adjectives. Adjectives are simply words that modify nouns or pronouns. Put that down. They describe, they tell us more about that noun or that pronoun. So you can even have them coming in front of the noun, or you can have them coming after. For example, the beautiful girl. You have beautiful coming before girl, a noun. The kind boy, the tall man, all those are what? Examples of adjectives. The tall man, telling us more about the man. The man is tall. Or you can have it after. The girl is beautiful. That's your adjective coming after the noun. The girl is beautiful. So let's look at the types of adjectives that we have. We have one, articles. There are three articles. We have A and D. A and an are the indefinite articles, while D is a definite article. So when you say bring a book or give me a book, you're not talking about a specific book. It could be any book there. But when you say give me the book, there is a specific book that you want. D is definite. So A is for nouns that begin with consonants, while an for nouns that begin with vowel sounds. For example, an orange, an umbrella, but a book, a pen. Those are articles. Then we also have possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives, adjectives that show possession, is still telling us more about the noun, so it's classified under adjective. We have your, my, his, like that, like that. Those are examples of possessive adjectives. It's, dear, are. So you can say this is my book, for example. Telling you that the book belongs to me. My here is standing as a possessive adjective. We also have demonstrative adjectives. Which are these, plural these, that, plural is what? Those. Demonstrative adjectives still shows distance. They indicate distance, whether the noun is close or far from the speaker. So if you say this book is mine, this here is standing as a demonstrative adjective. But if you don't put book, if you say this is my book, this here becomes a demonstrative pronoun, no more an adjective. But if the noun is coming after the word, we classify it as a demonstrative adjective. Here it is a pronoun, here it becomes an adjective because there is a noun here that it is qualifying. This book, telling you that the book is what? Is close to the speaker. Then we've also got numbers. When numbers appear in sentences and they answer the question how many, we classify them as adjectives. There they are now telling us more about the noun in the sentence. So if numbers answer the question how many, for example, he scored 10 goals. 10 here is standing as an adjective. We can classify 10 as an adjective. But if you were to say 7 is my lucky number, we can't call 7 here an adjective. It is not acting as an adjective in this sentence. It's only when numbers answer the question how many, that's when we can classify them as adjectives. He scored 10 goals. She has 5 bags. There, they are standing, they are acting as adjectives, numbers in sentences. Then we also have interrogative adjectives. Interrogative adjectives used to ask questions. These adjectives ask questions. We have whose, which, what, which. Another type of adjectives we have is interrogative adjectives. Adjectives that are used to ask questions, we classify them as interrogative adjectives. And we have whose, what, which. Whose book is that? Which option seems best to you? These are examples of interrogative adjectives. Then we also have indefinite adjectives. Example, any, many, some, several, few. All these are also adjectives. For example, if you're to have an example, my father has worked there for many years. Many days, qualifying years in the sentence. So it's an adjective and it's indefinite because you are not specific. Then we also have attributive adjectives. This one talks about attributes or qualities. Attributive adjectives. Adjectives that describe specific qualities or attributes of nouns or pronouns. So it includes adjectives that talks about size, like big, large, small. All of these are what? Attributive adjectives. It also talks about color, black, gray, green. It's still describing a specific quality of a noun or a pronoun. We have age as well. Old, new, modern, ancient. These are specific qualities of nouns or pronouns, and they are under attributive adjectives. It also talks about shape. If the adjective describes the shape, cylindrical, round, triangular, it's still under attributive adjectives. Or origin. Where does it come from? Nigerian, American, Chinese is also an attributive adjective. Then the material that noun is made of: gold, wooden, earthen. It's still an attributive adjective because it's still describing a specific quality of that noun. So whether the adjective is talking about the size, the color, the age, shape, origin, or material that noun is made of, we classify all of that as attributive adjectives. Then we can also have some nouns acting as adjectives. Yes, a noun adjectives. Can have some nouns acting as adjectives. For example, luxury car. Luxury here describing car, or university students. These are situations where nouns act as adjectives, because this word university here is telling us more about the student. So these are types of adjectives that we have. We'll quickly look through degrees of adjectives. There are 3 degrees of adjectives. We have the positive, which is the common form, then comparative and superlative. Positive degree, comparative, and superlative. Because we can use adjectives to compare. So for comparing two people, we use the comparative. And for 3 or more, let's say nouns rather than people. Nouns. This is the basic form. The positive degree. She is tall. That adjective tall is in the positive degree. So we also have the comparative for 2 people, and this 2 nouns, and the superlative for 3 or more nouns. Usually we get the superlative. Usually we get the comparative by adding er, and the superlative by adding est. Common adjectives. This is how we get the superlative and the comparative and the superlative. So we have tall, taller, tallest, small, smaller, smallest, big, bigger, biggest. For common adjectives: funny, funnier, funniest. So for some adjectives that we do not add er and est, we add more or most, or less and least, to get the comparative and superlative, especially words that are 3 syllables and above. the comparative and superlative usually takes more or more and most. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Or you can use less if you want to reduce the effect. Beautiful, less beautiful, least beautiful. Efficient, more efficient, most efficient. Pleasant, more pleasant, less, sorry, most pleasant. Expensive, let's say less expensive, least expensive. So for some adjectives, you're either adding er and est to get the comparative and superlative, or you add more, most. For some other adjectives, they change completely. You do not add er, neither do you add more and most. Positive, comparative. Example, you have good, better, best, bad, worse, worst. You can have much, more, most, little, less, least. Here you are not adding est, instead something else, not good, gooder, or bad, badder, much, mucher. Not that we adding more and most, we're bringing in new words entirely. These are very irregular. We have far, farther, farthest. These are common examples of adjectives that we do not add anything. Instead, we bring in something else. Positive, comparative, superlative. Positive is the base form, then comparative for comparing two nouns, superlative for comparing three or more nouns. So let's look at the ways we use these degrees of adjectives. How do we go about using them? Two comparative or two superlative adjectives should not be found in a sentence. A common saying people like using is more better. That is not correct. You cannot have two comparative adjectives or two superlative adjectives at the same time. So she is better, not she is more better. Or she's she's the most tallest, something like that. You cannot have most tallest in a sentence. This is superlative, this is superlative, so we can't have them in a sentence. What you can have is she is much better. Much is not comparative. So you can have she is much better than I am, or as the case may be. So we do not use two comparative adjectives or two superlative adjectives in a sentence. Then also we use comparative adjectives with than. When using than, we use comparative adjectives, except adjectives like these adjectives do not use than. Let's say prior, exterior, I wrote them down, superior, inferior, junior, senior, anterior, ulterior. So while we use other comparative adjectives with than, we use these adjectives with to. He's superior to me in the office, not than. We use comparative adjectives normally. She is better than I. He is taller than I. But for these adjectives, we do not use than, we use to with them. That's that for degrees of adjectives. So let's look at order of adjectives. We can have multiple adjectives coming up in a sentence to describe a particular noun. So these adjectives have to be arranged properly. How do we arrange these adjectives? First, we start with articles. A and D should come first. If there are articles there, we start with the articles. Next, we have demonstrative adjectives. Should follow. If there are no articles and there are demonstrative adjectives should take the lead. Next, if we do not have demonstrative adjectives, you use possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives should come next. Then we can have indefinite adjectives. That's a and some, many, any. Those are examples of indefinite adjectives that should come after. Then we have numbers. Two, fifth, fourth, four should come next. Then if we have comparative or superlative adjectives, they should follow or they should begin, depending on how the adjectives listed there. We also have adjectives that express the opinion of the speaker. Adjectives like beautiful, kind, attractive. Adjectives that basically express the speaker's opinion should come next. Then adjectives that denote size, big, small, large. These adjectives come next. Then we have shape, adjectives that tell us the shape of the noun, color, age rather. Adjectives that talks about the age of that noun come next before color. Like black, blue, as the case may be. Then we also have verbs acting as adjectives. Example, talking drum. Talking is a verb, but in this phrase, it's serving as an adjective, telling us more about the drum. Then we now have origin. If we have adjectives in the sentence telling us about the origin of that noun, it should come after verbs acting as adjectives. Origin such as Nigerian, Chinese. Then we have material. If there are adjectives in the sentence telling us about the material that the noun being described is made of, such adjectives should come next. For example, gold, wooden. Then we have nouns acting as adjective. Before the noun being described. So if we were to have multiple adjectives in a sentence, this is the order in which we are to follow to arrange them. So let's look at questions under this. One, the police are looking for dash. A, we have two big car black. B, two cars big black. C, two big black cars. D, two black big cars. So here we have just two adjectives here. How do we arrange them? Big and black. This represents size, this represents color. And from the order with which our adjectives should follow, size should come before color. So our answer here becomes two big black cars. The police are looking for two big black cars. Another question we have, the first prize was dash tree. A carved wooden attractive. B, we have a wooden attractive carved. C, we have an attractive carved wooden. And D, a carved attractive wooden. From these options, we do not need to bother ourselves about the articles. It's already coming first. They're supposed to come first, and all the options they're already coming first. So we'll look at the other adjectives. Carved, wooden, attractive. This one talks about, this is a verb acting as an adjective. Wooden talks about the material the noun you are describing is made of, while attractive is the opinion of the speaker. So from here, we'll find out that the adjectives that express the opinion of the speaker should come first. Next, we now have verbs acting as adjectives before material. So our answer becomes attractive, carved, wooden. So the first prize was an attractive carved wooden tree. Following the order adjectives are supposed to coming. Another question we have: John's father has just bought dash. First option we have a small brown Nigerian earthen pot. B, a brown small Nigerian earthen pot. C, an earthen brown small Nigerian pot. D, a Nigerian small brown earthen pot. So once again, in this question, the articles are all already coming first in all the options. So we look at the other adjectives. Small, brown, Nigerian, earthen, pot. We leave pot. Pot is the noun being described. So small here indicates size, brown color, Nigerian origin, earthen material the pot is made of. So from our order, how these things should go, we have size coming first, then color, origin before material. So our answer becomes a small brown Nigerian earthen pot. John's father has just bought a small brown Nigerian earthen pot. This is the correct order that should come in. Let's answer one more question. The boy ran into a long procession of men, women, and children in dash. A, white beautiful exceedingly flowing gowns. B, exceedingly flowing white beautiful gowns. C, exceedingly beautiful white flowing gowns. D, white flowing exceedingly beautiful gowns. So let's look at this. The boy ran into a long procession of men, women, and children in dash. And look at the options. We have about 3 or 4 adjectives qualifying gowns. White here represents color. Beautiful, the opinion of the speaker. Exceedingly is not an adjective, it is an adverb. Flowing is a verb acting as an adjective. Ordinarily, the adverb comes first. So here we already know that exceedingly should come first. So look at the next one. Here we have beautiful, the adjective expressing the opinion of the speaker. So that should come first. Exceedingly beautiful. Next, we have color coming before verbs acting as adjectives. So our answer here becomes exceedingly beautiful white flowing gowns. The boy ran into a long procession of men, women, and children in exceedingly beautiful white flowing gowns. This is the correct order that those adjectives should stay in. Then other questions on adjectives we have. The pen is dash than yours. A, costlier. B, most costly. C, more costly. And D, costly. The pen is dash than yours. We already know that we use comparative form of the adjective with than. So here, is it costlier or more costly? We have costlier. Costlier, the comparative can be formed by adding er, although we throw away the y and becomes ier, not more costly. Then we also have the shoes I bought are dash yours. A, more superior to. B, more superior than. C, superior to. D, superior than. Superior is one of the adjectives that we do not use than with. We also don't add more to it. So the answer here becomes the shoes I bought are superior to yours. So this year we'll wrap it up for today. Please do well to download the app, O3 Schools JAMB app, and practice with more questions in the app so you can get this at your fingertips. Thank you for watching.